finished installing a couple hundred metal wheel sets, replacing the plastic ones, and installing Katy couplers, and upgrading my 40-year-old collection of rolling stock to be a little more realistic and a little more presentable. I particularly like the older Victorian era early steam engines, and the cars that were with them, the truss rod vehicles that were made out of wood, and they used metal rods underneath connecting the front to the back. They also had metal rods cross and top and bottom to hold everything together, till they figured out how to use steel in the mid 18th century and how to adapt their methods to be more suitable for railroads rather than the wooden buggies and carriages, horse-drawn things that they adapted all these from. So these are some old cars I collected, mostly over 30 years ago. A lot of them I built, a lot of them I got off eBay and different flea markets and things. I really like them. I also have a collection of Craftsman kits from probably the early 50s or 60s, I don't know. I like them a lot too. So anyway, been upgrading my wheels and getting these ready for use on the track. Here we have a consist of tanker cars from the same early period. And again, a lot of these I built from the 3-in-1 on-timer series kits. Here we have another mixed freight from a little later period. This would be probably the 1920s, 1930s. Started using some metal in replacing the wood in the frames of the cars, the side sill plates. It's still a little primitive, but they're making progress with the metal, and still got some truss rod cars mixed in a lot. Some of my favorite cars in my collection would have to be the early Craftsman kit cars, probably from the 50s or 60s, I'm not really sure. But they have either metal or wood construction. They're screwed, glued, and built in place. And these I didn't do any weathering on the wheels. I just touched up the bodies, replaced a lot of missing panels, and hunted them up and tried to kind of fix them up a little bit. The first train I ever got, I was about 10 years old, but I never had a train set until I was about 30. I built one in my parents' barn. In fact, this is the original 5x9 section, and by then this was pretty beat up. Didn't fit the era that I modeled, so I decided to change it out. And got this from my nephew who cleaned out apartments. This was somebody's trash that he got, so I carved it out to kind of fit. And here we have a Climax locomotive coming out of the hills with the day's harvest of logs, heading down to the milling lumber company after a hard day's work.